Welcome to Kyoto. It's about 9:30 p.m. here in November. Kind of chilly night, but not cold enough to keep me away from walking around here at night and sharing with you the experience of Kyoto. I don't always love this city as much as maybe I should. It's a city of culture. It's a city of tourists, and I have not seen a place with more tourists in a very long time. Just walking around here, it's crazy to see there are more foreign faces than there are Japanese faces, but there's nothing wrong with that. It just makes it a very unique experience in that own way. However, the streets and the alleys around Gion, where I'm going to be taking you today, are very much Japan. It is something that's timeless here. You can see the river right here, and this is a nice walk in the summertime. I don't know, like right now, but a lot of these restaurants do have balconies that go out to the river, the Kamo River. It's really nice to have a drink outside in the afternoon, even at this time of day actually. But I don't know who that is, but this is Pontocho. You probably recognize this area here. There's a lot of restaurants that go not just on the first floor, but the second floor. Hold on a second. Let's watch them go by. I've actually eaten inside here before with a client. I've been down the street quite a bit here. The alleys are really scenic here. It's been, when I came here 25 years ago compared to now, hey Dimmy, how you doing? The alleys have really been renovated quite a bit. You can see they put in a lot of work, new wood, new exteriors. The insides have been redone, maybe because these are really old, like machias, these really old buildings that if you did have an earthquake, they probably wouldn't hold up too well. But I think a lot of them have structural work done on them for safety reasons. And it does look different than it did 25 years ago. You be the judge if you haven't been here in a while. I'm going to take you down the street just a little bit, and we're going to walk down towards the main streets in Gion. And you can see the streets here are kind of timeless, right? It does feel like, well, timeless may not be the right word. It does feel like you are going back in time, but they haven't changed much over time, or at least it doesn't look like it, but I can see so many changes. Like you can see the wood here is all been cleaned or redone here. Maybe they do that quite a bit, but it does look not old, the wood, but it does look, the style looks old, let's just say. Within this alley there are other alleys. And there are restaurants and businesses down these alleys too. Very narrow here. It's a cool place to explore if there is a signal. I guess we can kind of check it out a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna go this way. I don't want to film anybody without just suddenly there's somebody with a camera in your face. That's not really polite. Yeah, there's a customer coming out. But most people here are tourists anyways. The signal's not as strong here, so I'm gonna go back and we're gonna explore a different alley, a different side that perhaps you might not know. Oh my goodness, the food does look good. I've heard every language except for Japanese on the streets. Actually, there is the Japanese in the beginning of the live stream, but I've heard Russian, I've heard Chinese, I've heard English, and I've heard Thai already. Most of these restaurants, if not all of them, have English menus, so you shouldn't have any problem because it is a place that is very much a tourist attraction. Only drinking is okay. As you can see, everything is in English and in Japanese. Warabi mochi. That's kind of expensive for warabi mochi. Must be some kind. Oh, it comes with omi beef sukiyaki, and the best beef of Kyoto comes from Omi, which is in the neighboring prefecture, Shiga. Shiga Prefecture's Omi beef is on par with Kobe beef. Oh, this place is closed. Oh wait, didn't I have a drink in there a long time ago? Oh no, that place has been redone. Wow. Like these alleys that lead to where? Steak tapas. Tapas. That's Spanish. A lot of bars. I smell Japanese sake and dashi, fish soup stock. A little bit of meating. And I smell hinoki woods, the Japanese cedar. And I smell some guy's cologne. Shabu. That's a little pricey. I would expect the food and the service to be good here. But I probably wouldn't be eating here. Oh, this is the restaurant that I went to. At least, I don't know if it's changed or not. You guys remember this? This is in 2016 I ate here. Yeah, I think it hasn't changed. It's pretty touristy, but it's nice inside. They had the matcha beer, right? I want to leave this area because I don't think the signal's too good in Pontocho. So here we are on the street in Gion. A lot of tourists are going back to their hotels. You may recognize it, or you might not, because I really don't know how the signal is. So we're gonna cross the street. I'm gonna take you over to another area that I think is a little bit less touristy. Just gotta cross the street. They got some live music going on across by the canal over there. But by local cuisine, I don't mean McDonald's, because McDonald's Japan is quite good. It's filled with foreigners. With getting the samurai mac. You see the samurai mac right there. I'm just gonna walk on this side. But if you keep walking this direction, you're gonna find some really interesting alleys, walkways along the canal here. It's a green light. We can cross. See the waterway here? It's so nice. And I think the signal, yeah, it's a little bit laggy, Kelvin. It should be okay right now. Amanda writes in on Patreon, I finally made a live stream. You have, welcome. Here along the canal, it's really nice. It's kind of chilly. You can see the autumn leaves are starting to fall off. The color's still there though. Tomorrow it's gonna be really nice. I'm waking up early. Probably do a couple of live streams around some of the temples and shrines. Maybe get a image for a postcard either this year or next year. But we are going to go this way, and I'm going to see what we see, because actually my hotel is in this direction, closer to Kiyomizudera than to Gion. I'm staying at the Mimaru. I'm kind of happy about it because I'll be working with them on an episode, and I came here to scout. I'm not actually here to film too much, but I'm writing a script for an episode that we're gonna film. Kanai and Leo are gonna come with me on a trip to Kyoto for a special episode, and I'm really looking forward to it. But I came here because I really wanted to plan it out. I met with the people from the hotel. I learned a little bit about their history, the background towards some of the rooms. My room's gorgeous. You want to see that? Maybe I can bring that up. I was surprised. Let me see if I can get it up. I want to show you my room because I can show you that one. I don't want to show you the other ones yet. This place is very, very good for families. I can't believe I'm staying here. It's way too much space. But I got a feeling that Leo is really gonna love having his own bunk bed. You think he's gonna be on the top, right? Probably. Just enough danger. Hey, Sharon is here. Have a nice warm drink on me. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. I love the lighting here. The great thing about the canal here, you'll get some really nice pictures. There's some cute bridges that go over. A lot of people have been stopping to take the pictures, but the restaurants go right up to the canal, so you'll have seating out here. In Tokyo, you don't see too many places like this. Restaurants on water that take advantage of the outdoors. Most restaurants are indoors, unless they're like the Showa level stool at a like a, what do you call them, like beer case tables where you're eating really cheap food. Eating outside is a cheap thing. A lot of interesting restaurants. Like, a lot of them are really, really stylish. But not all of them. Not all of them. If you look across along the canal, you see the facades of some restaurants. Looks like they're closed. Look at this. Here's a cafe. It looks more like it's European. A lot of these places do look like they're European influenced. They don't quite fit in with the style of Kyoto, but I think that's more what Japanese might want, perhaps. Or tourists from Europe. Or tourists like me that just want to go to Europe but are in Japan. Carrie writes in here, cozy. Exactly. It does feel closer here, but you can see in this area, there really aren't a lot of tourists, are there? Like, it's a really cozy, comfortable area, but you just don't see a lot of tourists walking the street like you would at Pontocho, which is where I was, and the signal was not so great. Not because it was narrow, but just because there were a lot more people in a very fine area. And despite having less people, there are still a lot of restaurants, bars, cafes. You can see there's 2 people sitting up on the second floor there. There's another restaurant next to that looks like it's got large windows that's open for business. There's a bar on the corner there. This looks like the stereotypical scene from I don't know, like a movie. Check it out. That's really nice, huh? So we're gonna cross over here. You can take a look at one of the bridges. Very, very cozy. That's the word of the day, Carrie. We got some vending machines across the street as well. Very quiet, except for that motor running somewhere. Sounds like a generator. Book Nook things. Yeah, it does. It looks like, I guess in the alleyways kind of remind me of Jimbocho in Tokyo a little bit. There's a bunch of alleys there. This is Kyoto, not Tokyo. Kind of reminds me of the back of Jimbocho. There's a lot of cafes back there in the alleys. but a lot cleaner and quieter because this isn't Tokyo. This is Kyoto. Let me see if I can show you the street where I am right now, just to mark it down. I do have a image. So we're right here, actually at the bottom of that triangle on Kiyamachi Dori. So let's walk down Kiyamachi Dori just a little bit more. I want you to give you a different feel than what Pontocho, where we started the live stream. That's really more touristy, although it is quite scenic. This one is it's not really an alley, but it's cozier. Well, there are alleys that branch off this road, right off of Kiyamachi Dori. So let's go down Kiyamachi Dori just a bit more. And this, actually, if you're thinking about staying in Kyoto, I would stay away from the center of Gion and maybe work my way a little bit closer towards Kiyomizudera, the Gojo area. Where the Mimaru Hotel is actually quite nice, because what is that across the way? Is that a crepe? That looks like a crepe vending machine. Do you see that over there? What is that? That doesn't look like a drink vending machine. It looks like something in particular. Oh, it's just a drink vending machine. Thank goodness for the zoom lens. But everybody says that Kyoto is crowded. It is in certain areas and at certain times. But if you do go to Ginkakuji, Kiyomizudera, Fushimi Inari, Arashiyama, you're going to have really crowded areas. It's really crowded. It's not comfortable. I was talking with the staff at the hotel, really nice. They live here in Kyoto. They were students, and they were telling me, I said, if I go first thing in the morning, is it going to be crowded? And they said, yeah, because the tourists know that that's the best time to go. So it's actually the opposite now. So the places that were used to be crowded later on in the morning, they're now crowded first thing in the morning because everyone's trying to get Instagram photos. That's a little piece of information from Kyoto locals that are here, because I'm not scoping out the tourist attractions so much, but tomorrow I will. So hopefully I'll take you, if signal allowing, on a live stream out to some of the tourist attractions of Kyoto, so you get an idea of what it's like in fall. Because I heard that I actually have a light for this gimbal. I just didn't bring it today, so the street lights will have to be, the ambient lights have to be good enough. But the autumn foliage is very nice right now, so hopefully we can get some glimpse of that tomorrow in a couple of live streams as I film some B-roll for the main channel episode. I love these restaurants with the big windows. Get kind of a glimpse in there. Tokyo doesn't like that because they really do like the privacy. Tokyo will lean on the side of privacy because Tokyo is just too crowded. Kyoto, it's supposed to be a little bit more relaxed, but there's just a lot of tourists here. What is this? There's like there's a line. It looks like a club or something. Oh, it's a bar. You can hear I'm gonna cross the street here. Looks like cherry blossoms, doesn't it? It really does look like cherry blossoms. Your eyes are not deceiving you. It's the white light, really bright on red leaves. Gives it a cherry blossom look to it. Across the street, there's a bunch of people lining up for some kind of bar. It's got thumping music in there, so not my cup of tea. I haven't gone out to a bar for a long time, but speaking of bars, there's one right there off of the canal. It's so scenic. Look at this. It's about 10 p.m. right now. So let's cross the bridge here. We'll cross the bridge here. We'll go in and walk down this canal for a bit. It's very... Oh, wow. Okay. So these are some alleys here They just turned off the lights here. But these are definitely Kyoto alleys, totally quiet. A lot of the businesses are shutting down. That's why it's quiet. Christian writes in here, yeah, it's exactly 9:50 p.m. This is residential, like, it's just quiet. The microphone is not too far away, so I sound louder than I really am. But when you are in residential neighborhoods, like, this seems residential now. You want to really be quiet and respectful. Yeah, this looks residential. Wow. That place is called Kyoto Beef Place Julia. It looks like somebody from abroad bought it out and turned it into a restaurant. Here's some of the facades of what look like machiya. Sound does travel much further at night, but the signal's much stronger because there just really isn't a lot of people out here. But yeah, definitely after 10 p.m. you basically want to go like almost to absolute quiet in Kyoto. You don't want to disturb people. But I'm not that far off of the main road, which is quite loud actually. The tires going by on the road parallel to this one, it just seems a little bit quieter. It is a beautiful part of the city here. This is on the way to Gojo, which is the station where Kiyomizudera, you would get off on the public transportation to Kiyomizudera. All right, there's an alley there. There's the main road, which is quite loud actually. So we're gonna go back onto Kiyamachi Dori and the canal. Which is really quiet right now. I've noticed that the bicycle riders here are pretty crazy. They just cross all over the place without looking. Saw 3 people almost get hit. I guess locals are just used to it. Walk across the street. There's a crosswalk here. And you can see there's a lot of places are closing up. This one looks really new with the windows. Looks like a sushi shop inside there. Kyoto bikers are absolutely nuts. I'm not joking, Tyler. They really are. All right, it is getting a little bit chilly. I'm gonna call it a night right now. I just wanted to give you kind of a little bit of a look into some of the alleys around here. You can see the autumn foliage. It's not really great at night, but it has turned here and it's already starting to fall off. Probably you'd want to come about 2, 3, maybe 4 days ago was probably peak, but it just depends. Maybe further in the city or in other areas, the trees are doing a little bit better and the colors are really spectacular. Tomorrow I might try to make my way to Kiyomizudera. I might try to get up to maybe Heian Jinja. There's a couple of other ones. I'll definitely hit Ninenzaka and Sannenzaka to see how that's doing in the morning perhaps. We'll see how it goes, but I'll probably visit 5 or 6 locations. I'm scouting them out. I'll be driving a car here in January, which is going to be crazy. Maybe just an episode on an episode just on driving around Kyoto might be quite interesting because everybody takes public transportation. What's it like to rent a car and forget the bus? Oh, there's one thing I can show you guys in the live stream here. You know what? I could show it to you tomorrow, but maybe I'll show this to you tomorrow as well. I found like Kyoto has a problem with buses, right? I found, is this the one? I'll bring them both in here. I found that so they're promoting this sightseeing limit. I'm gonna put the sound down here. It's a sightseeing limited bus. I did it in 916 mode here, and it takes you to all the sites without getting on the local buses, and it's separating the tourists from the locals. So I'm surprised what took them so long. I was talking about this like before the pandemic, but now they've gone ahead and done it. I don't think that they had something similar to this before, but now they're doing a really good job of promoting it a little bit more. So the locals are taking the local buses until 5:30. Is it 5:30? Till 5 o'clock, 9:30 to 5 p.m. And that's when the locals usually use it, people that are senior citizens that rely on those public buses. Yeah, it took Kyoto quite a long time to sort of figure out its transportation problems because they don't have a good subway. It's very they have a good subway, but it's limited. They also have the Keihan line, but that doesn't go everywhere. You got to use these are 2 legs to get around Kyoto. Rent a bicycle, or you can also get taxis. It's not that expensive going from place to place, but it can add up pretty quick. But the bus is the way to go, and the traffic is awful going around Kyoto unless you have your own wheels. You can listen to music and stuff, pull into convenience stores and restaurants and stuff, because it's much different a little bit outside of the city center. There's restaurants with parking lots, so that makes it a lot easier. You can drive over to Uji and some of the other places if you do have a car. But I do think if you are coming to Kyoto, the traffic and situation and the train situation, it's less than ideal compared to Tokyo. It just is, it's a lot more crowded in certain areas. But like tonight, it's not so crowded in certain areas too. Yet, you just got to know where to look. It's pretty crowded, a little bit crowded over near Pontocho, but it's not so crowded here down Kiyamachi Dori. So, and it's really beautiful on this side as well. All right, guys, there you go. If you have any questions about Kyoto, you can leave them down in the comments. I'm sure people will be scouting it out. And if you have more questions, you can go to our Discord server where we're talking about it. Oh, by the way, the Only in Japan store has the fireworks set. I'll be releasing a fireworks video soon. We've set up a premium super fireworks bundle. I don't know how else to sell it. It has the number 5, the fireworks shell in it, as well as some of the stuff from the past campaigns. So that's on the store.onlyinjapan.tv. I thought I'd push that a little bit, as well as the Blu-ray discs from the hitchhiking trip. Peter's here. Hey, Peter. Greetings from Vienna. I especially like these old-fashioned designs of these little streets and shops. I know, right? It always reminds me a little bit of it's got kind of a European feel of it. It's this kind of refinement, sophistication, I guess you would say. Some of the old alleys, if you're walking around Vienna, or you're walking around Prague or something like this, you get sometimes that kind of a vibe from Kyoto done in a Japanese style. But I gotta be honest, the more that they modernize some of these buildings, the more it starts to look European to me, with the bigger windows and the older style, the cobblestone streets. It's quite nice. Thank you, Peter. But it's nice to be in Kyoto, even if it's for a day. I go back tomorrow around 5 p.m. Loaded with gifts for Leo and Kanai. She asked me to bring some yatsuhashi, the triangle mochi for her. That's all she wanted, but maybe I'll come up with something better or more. All right, guys, that's all I got. I'm gonna get some sleep and stay warm. I just finished a main channel episode and edit. It's working with the trails of the Shin-Etsu region, and it's going to be really, really beautiful episode with autumn foliage. You're going to love it. Probably be released like next week, I'm guessing now. But I'm letting them look at it and make sure that it's all factually correct before I release the episode. But that should be coming real soon. So we'll have 2 main channel episodes in November and maybe 3 in December, I'm thinking. I'm almost done with 2 episodes, and I started to edit another one, so it's been pretty busy. And I'm looking forward to getting back to main channel stuff. All right, guys, mata ne, oyasumi nasai. It doesn't sound so cool. Oyasumi nasai. You can't play up saying good night. Oyasumi nasai. Good night. Peace out. No, that's not me, Michael. Peace out. That sounds good when you say it. How about this one? Mata ne. It seems to work. All right, bye guys.